The following material is for private use only and is copyright of Sittingbourne Community Radio Limited. It is not to be used or reproduced without prior written permission.
We've got the second of Claire's Chosen by You charities with us. Who have we got, Claire?
Yes, we've got Paul and Lisa Bradford from First Milton Scout Group. They're one of our Chosen by You charities at the moment. Through the month of March to the end of April.
The first Milton Regis Scout Group are sort of known for the work they do with the Sittingbourne's steam railway. How did you get involved with them? Paul?
Well, we basically emailed them a while back and arranged for the Scouts to go up and work on their Kent Scout Volunteer Award. And it's kind of snowballed from there.
Tell us about the Volunteer Award.
Well, there's 3 badges that they can achieve: bronze, silver, gold. Bronze is 25 hours volunteering, either in the community, but it could be that they're just mowing the lawn for a next door neighbour, as long as it's something that they're doing off of their own back. So we arrange things with SKLR. It's nice and safe, and they give up their time freely to go and do bits and pieces for them.
And do they enjoy doing it? Do they like being around steam trains and big, heavy, noisy machinery?
Yeah, they do. They thoroughly enjoy it. They do all sorts of things up there, and occasionally SKLR have been kind enough to get the hand pump cart out, which the kids obviously particularly like that.
So tell us something of the history of the group.
Well, First Milton goes back probably best part of 40 years. It was certainly around in the 60s when I was a cub in A pack, because we had 2 cub packs then. It is muted around that we were formed between First Sittingbourne and Third Milton, but we haven't got proof of that yet.
Where do you meet?
Cubs and Beaver Scouts meet at Regis Manor School, and the Scouts meet at the Clocktower Hall at Addisham Green.
Is it a thriving group?
Well, we're growing faster than we've ever grown in the 3 years that we've been involved. We've had people literally walking in off the street to join since January, and the Scout troop has pretty much doubled in size in 3 months.
Because I sometimes am surprised, although perhaps I shouldn't be, that Scouting is still so popular. Did I hear, Lisa, you're a Scout leader?
I am.
What does that job entail?
Well, it's just organising a programme of events for the children and activities, which is youth-led. It's their ideas, and it's just making sure that these activities are safe and really fun for them.
So how has... I mean, Paul, you said you had been involved with Scouting since the 60s. How has Scouting changed in that 50 years?
Over 50 years, we're still doing the same traditional kind of stuff that people associate with Scouting, i.e. the camping, the fire lighting, singing songs, etc. But it's been, how can I say, it's been spiced up a little bit. We're doing a lot more outward bound activities than perhaps we used to. So these things like your kayaking, power kiting, mountaineering are a lot more accessible nowadays than they were perhaps 40 odd years ago when I was a cub.
And of course, Scout groups now have boys and girls, don't they? They're not just single-sex groups.
Oh yes, we've certainly got a few girls coming into our troop recently. They want to come and join the fun with doing the things that boys do.
So they want to be climbing trees and lighting fires and doing that sort of thing.
Exactly, they love it.
And so what's the difference then between being a Girl Scout and a guide or a brownie?
I don't think there's actually much difference. It's just individual choice.
So they all do the same things, but they have different uniforms and perhaps slightly different activities.
Yes, slightly. I must admit, I'm not in the guides. I'm in the Scouts, so I can't really say what the guides do. But the Scouts, the girls just love doing what the boys are doing.
So would you say, I mean, you say you're not part of the guide, but presumably I would guess that as it is mainly, as the girl guides would suggest, it is a feminine institution, that it's probably less active, would you say, than Scouting?
I wouldn't like to say that. I just know that the Scouts do a lot of activities which is open to boys and girls. Obviously, Guides is only open to girls, but I can't say why they would be doing anything less activity-wise.
I just wondered, what the difference is between the two organisations.
It's just a uniform.
I think it's more just a uniform of today's standards, yes.
Right. Okay. So what current projects have the First Milton Scouts got underway? You're obviously still helping the railway. What else are you doing at the moment?
Oh, well, we've got a big group camp coming up in the next few weeks on a theme of I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here.
Right, where's your jungle?
That's up at Bexon Lane, our district campsite. All the young people have little tasks that they need to do to achieve their certificate for the end of the weekend.
They won't be eating worms and spiders and stuff like that, then, no?
Oh, they may be.
But you'd rather they didn't, probably.
Exactly, yeah.
Okay, so there's that. What else are you doing?
We actually up at the Light Railway again in May. We've been invited up as part of their community weekend. We've also got JOT, which is Jamboree on the Trail, and that's where the World Scouting all do a hike at the same time.
And how do you raise funds for all these events?
A lot of it we do a bag packing. The young people go to the different supermarkets and pack the shopping for the supermarket's customers.
But if people are interested in scouting, how do they join?
There's several ways of joining. If they specifically wanted to join First Milton Regis, we have a website that has all the contact details on that I can give you, which is www.firstmiltonregis.ukscouts.org.uk.
And do you have Facebook and Twitter pages?
We have a closed Facebook group for our parents, which we give out information of what the events are going on and reminders, but it's a closed group because it's young people involved. We have to be careful.
Okay. So if people want to get involved, as I say, you've got your own website. So if people don't, are there any other local scout troops around other than First Milton Regis?
There are various other groups, basically from Upchurch all the way through to Tenham, from Iwade all the way out to Bredgar and Worms Hill. They've got various names and numbers to their relatives. So you've got First Sittingbourne, you've got First Upchurch, First Lower Halstow, Newton, 9th Sittingbourne, 10th Sittingbourne, 5th Sittingbourne, 4th Milton Regis, and I'm hoping I haven't forgotten anyone. And then there's the District Explorer unit as well, which are your 14 to 18-year-olds. But if you visit the district website, they will tell you on there which is your nearest group.
Okay, so what else is happening locally, especially with your group? You've got your camp, and you've got the jamboree. There's a big gang show coming up later in the year, isn't there?
Well, we're waiting details on that from our district commissioner, but we've also got St George's Day coming up, which the district is in the High Street, I believe. But our group, our young people would like to wear their scouting uniform to schools, so we've arranged for the local schools for our group to wear their scouting uniform to school to represent scouting.
I remember doing that when I was a brownie and guide at school. You're allowed to wear your uniform to school on certain days.
So give us the website address again for people who are interested in joining your particular group.
It's www.firstmiltonregis.ukscouts.org.uk.
And what about fundraising? You say you do your bag packing in Asda. Do people make donations and stuff like that?
We have just had a lady contact us and make a very generous donation towards some tents that we're trying to achieve, for which we're very, very grateful. So yes, people do just appear and make donations, but we also use Fill the Bag as a source of income.
Okay, well, congratulations on what you're doing, and good luck with the future events, and thank you for your time today.
Thank you.
Thank you.